Aunt Ophelia's Dark Prophecy. Wednesday's most disturbing mystery heading into Season 3 centers on her long-lost aunt, Ophelia Frump. For over 15 years, Ophelia was believed dead or vanished after being admitted to Willow Hill for treatment of her psychic afflictions. But the shocking twist in the Season 2 finale revealed that she has been alive all along, secretly imprisoned by her own mother, Hester Frump, in the family basement. The reveal becomes even darker when blood-scrawled messages are discovered on the basement walls, including the chilling phrase, "Wednesday must die." On the surface, this looks like a threat, but when placed in the context of Ophelia's psychic gifts, it begins to read more like a desperate warning. Just like Wednesday, Ophelia experienced black tears, painful psychic surges that accompany visions of catastrophic futures. Over time, these visions fractured her sanity, twisting her premonitions into fragmented nightmares. What she saw isn't fully clear, but it pointed to tragedy surrounding Wednesday herself. Unable to control or explain the images, Ophelia left behind cryptic writings in her cell, hoping her family might one day understand. This raises the disturbing question. Was Hester acting out of malice by locking away her daughter, or was she making a terrible choice to protect the world from Ophelia's uncontrollable foresight? In Season 3, Ophelia's return will force Wednesday to uncover the truth. Was the prophecy literal, that her death is necessary to prevent a greater evil, or symbolic, pointing to a transformation or sacrifice? Whatever the case, Ophelia is set to become the season's most haunting figure. 2. Enid's unbreakable werewolf curse. Enid Sinclair's transformation in Season 2 was both triumphant and tragic. For much of the series, Enid struggled with late bloomer syndrome, unable to wolf out like the rest of her pack. That changed in Episode 5, during a blood moon, when she finally revealed her true form, not just as a werewolf, but potentially as an alpha. Unlike ordinary wolves, alphas show extraordinary power, transforming under rare or extreme conditions. Her most dramatic shift came in the Season 2 finale. When Isaac Knight, known as Slurp the Zombie, buried Wednesday alive, Enid's desperate love for her friend pushed her to transform again, this time fully and fiercely. She tore through Isaac and saved Wednesday's life, cementing her status as a hero. But victory carried a cost. Some outcast legends whisper that an alpha's transformations grow harder to reverse, that each shift risks trapping them in their wolf form forever. Whether Enid now faces this fate remains uncertain, but the fear of isolation looms large. Emma Myers, who plays Enid, has hinted her arc will be tragic but fitting, raising the chilling possibility that Season 3 could explore Enid struggling against her own unstoppable power, even as her bond with Wednesday remains unbreakable. Professor Capri's hidden agenda. Professor Isadora Capri emerged in Season 2 as Nevermore's sharp-tongued, free-spirited music teacher, but her true identity quickly revealed far more intrigue. Capri isn't just another outcast. She's a hybrid, the rare offspring of a Hyde and a werewolf. This dual heritage makes her one of the most unusual characters in the Wednesday universe, straddling two worlds that usually distrust each other. With that background comes wisdom about survival, pain, and resilience, lessons she shares openly with her students. She was also the first to recognize that Enid wasn't just a werewolf, but an alpha, spotting traits others missed. Capri's most unsettling turn came in the Season 2 finale. After Tyler lost both his mother and his master, he was left vulnerable, drifting without guidance. That's when Capri appeared, offering him something radically new, an escape from the destructive Hyde-Master bond. She revealed she had been forming a hidden Hyde community, one that rejects violence, servitude, and manipulation. On the surface, this looks like salvation for Tyler, a chance at a life free from control. But Wednesday has taught us to be suspicious of seemingly kind mentors. Fans can't help but recall Marilyn Thornhill, who presented herself as warm and trustworthy before being unmasked as a villain. Could Capri be following a similar pattern? Some theories suggest her community is less about peace and more about recruiting Hydes for her own purposes. Whether she's a genuine savior or a master manipulator remains unclear, but one thing is certain. Her influence over Tyler could shape Season 3's entire trajectory. Tyler's redemption or relapse. Tyler Galpin closed Season 2 at a dangerous crossroads. With his mother, who also served as his Hyde Master, dead, he was left adrift, unbound from control but also stripped of direction. For the first time, Tyler faced a choice about who he would become. Capri's offer of a secret Hyde community promises him freedom, a space where Hydes can exist without servitude or violence, liberated from the chains of the Hyde-Master bond. On paper, this is the path to redemption, where Tyler could learn to manage his monstrous side on his own terms. Yet the shadow of relapse looms large. Tyler's history is soaked in violence, from attacking classmates to nearly killing Wednesday herself. Without strong guidance, there's every possibility he could slip back into destructive patterns. Fans worry Capri herself might be the catalyst. If her hidden motives prove darker than they appear, Tyler could once again find himself manipulated into chaos. The cycle of Master and Hyde might continue, only with Capri pulling the strings. What complicates matters is Wednesday's role in his fate. In the Season 2 climax, she had the chance to end Tyler but instead spared him, implying she still sees good in him, or at least potential. This mercy leaves the door open for him to become an unlikely ally. But if Tyler stumbles back into darkness, he could easily transform into Season 3's most dangerous threat. His redemption arc or descent will likely define whether Nevermore faces a reluctant hero or a returning monster. Morticia as Nevermore's new headmistress. With Principal Weems dead at the end of Season 1 and Principal Dort disgraced in Season 2, Nevermore Academy has been left leaderless and on the brink of collapse. Agnes DeMille even warned that the school might shut down mid-semester without strong leadership. Yet the showrunners have already hinted that Nevermore will survive, and that its new head will be someone fans least expect. Among all the theories, one name rises above the rest: Morticia Addams. Morticia is a natural candidate. As a famed alumna of Nevermore, a respected member of the Addams family, and a woman with deep ties to the school's psychic history, she brings both prestige and legacy. Season 2 already laid the groundwork for this possibility. Morticia returned with more screen time, engaged in heavy conversations with her mother, Hester Frump, and demonstrated an intimate knowledge of Nevermore's secrets. Placing her at the helm would not only stabilize the institution, but also tie the Addams family even closer to the school's future. The shift would also add a dramatic layer to Wednesday's journey. If Morticia steps in as headmistress, mother and daughter will be forced into daily proximity, their fraught relationship playing out in the halls of Nevermore. And when Morticia eventually learns that her missing sister Ophelia scribbled the haunting phrase "Wednesday must die," it will ignite her protective instincts, making her both a shield and a source of conflict. A Morticia-led Nevermore could be the show's boldest twist yet, redefining family and power in Season 3. Nevermore's uncertain future. The closing chapters of Season 2 left Nevermore Academy teetering on the edge of collapse. With Principal Dort exposed and disgraced, the school lost its last attempt at stability. Agnes DeMille underscored the severity of the situation, warning that Nevermore was dangerously close to shutting down mid-semester. Students were left stranded in limbo, unsure if their home and sanctuary as outcasts would even exist when classes resumed. For a community already under constant scrutiny from the outside world, the threat of closure isn't just a logistical nightmare, it's an existential one. However, co-creators Alfred Goff and Miles Miller confirmed in interviews that Nevermore will indeed continue into Season 3. Still, this assurance doesn't erase the instability woven into the narrative. A school without a headmistress or a clear structure is fertile ground for tension, mistrust, and manipulation. That uncertainty sets the stage for rival factions within Nevermore to clash, for external forces to swoop in, and for returning characters like Bianca or Xavier to be pulled into new roles of leadership, or betrayal. The question then becomes not if Nevermore will survive, but how. Will it be saved by Morticia stepping in, by a powerful benefactor, or through some darker bargain? And even if the school is preserved, the scars of its near collapse could reshape how students and faculty view it. In Season 3, Nevermore isn't just a backdrop, it's a fragile character of its own, one whose survival will ripple through every storyline, amplifying the show's larger themes of belonging and fear. Fan-expanded theories. Beyond the official setup, fans have been fueling speculation with theories that range from unsettling to downright tragic. One of the most popular involves Xavier Thorpe. Often overshadowed by Wednesday and Enid, Xavier has struggled to prove his worth. Some fans believe Season 3 may twist his arc into betrayal, with Ophelia's prophecy hinting at treachery from someone close. If Xavier were manipulated, or if his psychic art powers were corrupted, he could emerge as an unexpected antagonist, forcing Wednesday to fight someone she once trusted. Another disturbing thread circles back to Bianca Barclay. Her Siren Mother's cult Morning Song was left unresolved in Season 2. The theory goes that Bianca will be pulled back into her mother's orbit, possibly using her siren powers in ways that put her at odds with Wednesday. This would reframe Bianca not as an ally, but as a dangerous wildcard, torn between loyalty to her friends and the magnetic pull of her family's influence. Perhaps the darkest fan theory suggests that Season 3 could mark the death of a major character. Enid's curse makes her a prime candidate, though Bianca and even Gomez Addams have been rumored as potential casualties. A shocking death would raise the stakes and emphasize the disturbing tone that has been building since the show's first season. Whether or not the creators go that far, these theories highlight just how fragile Wednesday's world has become, and how easily it could be shattered by betrayal, cults, or loss. expanded Addams' lore and supernatural politics. Season 2 Part 2 surprised fans with a cameo that no one expected. Lady Gaga appearing as Rosalind Rotwood, a ghostly Nevermore professor with psychic abilities. Her brief but eerie presence helped Wednesday restore her powers and fueled speculation that Gaga's involvement might not end there. Many fans now theorize that she could return in Season 3 as a larger figure, possibly even connected to the family's hidden legacy, with some suggesting she may secretly tie into Ophelia Frump's arc. This blends with a broader theory that Season 3 will finally unravel the Addams family's deeper roots. Ophelia's fractured visions might expose the origin of the psychic black tears that plague both her and Wednesday, and Gaga's Rosalind could serve as a guide or a manipulator in unlocking that mystery. Fans also worry that Wednesday's powers may come with a terrible cost, forcing her to sacrifice love, friendship, or part of her humanity to control them. Other speculative threads expand the Gothic world itself. Some predict Nevermore could face rivalry from another academy, echoing traditions like Lovecraft's Miskatonic. Meanwhile, Ophelia's warning, "Wednesday must die," is increasingly seen as symbolic, foreshadowing the death of her old self rather than literal demise. Together, these theories hint at a darker, more expansive Season 3.